welcome to my channel. In this video we will review how we can set billing address and shipping address to the guest customer cart using Magento 2 as backend and React as frontend. So for Magento 2 we are using Magento 2.4.4 version, and we are using this GraphQL that Magento is providing out of box set billing address. And for React we are using version 16.13.0 Axios Library we are using, and we will review how can we set billing address to the guest customer cart. We'll also review retrieve dynamic country and state data, how can we validate that billing address form, and retrieve billing address data and set pre-filled form. This functionality we'll review in this video. So now let's go. So in earlier video I have created video to how to add product into the cart, how to update that cart information and product information. Now let's go to the next page and set billing address and shipping address. So I'm clicking on proceed to checkout. Okay, so here I have created one form where we can define first name, last name, company, street address, city, zip code, country, state, telephone and email ID. So once guest customer will fill up all this information and click on continue delivery method. In background we are setting up this address information using that Magento 2 GraphQL to the guest customer cart. And here we have also used country and state dynamic data. For example, I have selected United States and all states are coming for that particular selected country. If I am selecting India, then all states are from India. Okay, so I have also added validation into this form. Let's check that. For example, I'm removing this, and if I'm clicking on this delivery method, then I'm getting this message like cannot be empty. Okay, so let me add the test data and we'll cross verify that data is exactly set with that particular guest customer billing address or not. The company I'm adding testing, street address, city, telephone number and email ID, sir. Now I am clicking on continue the delivery method. So in this submit form request I am setting billing address and shipping address data with that particular email information to that particular guest card. So now based on that billing address and shipping address I am retrieving available delivery methods for that particular card. So now let's cross check and whatever data we have set with that particular cart ID using the postman. So here this is the cart ID. I am sending the request and retrieving the data. Okay, so this is response we are getting. Here we can see that email ID, whatever billing address we have set up, that city, country, first name, last name, postcode, region, street address, telephone and whatever company we have set up, as well as if you go to the shipping address and same data are updated. Okay, so now For example, we also have to retrieve these details after the setting of that billing and shipping address on that particular address form. So once I'm going back to that address form, these details will be available as a pre-filled data. So you can see whatever details we have already added, these are pre-filled with that particular field information. Okay, so this is a way like how we can like set up billing address and shipping address using the Magento 2 GraphQL and React form. Now let's review that code. Okay, so here I have created one JS file, that address details. This JS file is nothing but it is creating that billing address form. Into that, like initially I have set up that field information as a blank value for that particular state, and a few things I am mounting at a time of this component mount. For example, get billing details and update country list. So if billing details is already set up with that particular guest customer card, then I am retrieving those details and I am auto-filling this form fields. And update country list. So based on selected countries, country, I am retrieving that country list, auto selected those country lists, and I am retrieving the state list for that particular selected country. So for example, in our case, I have selected India as a country, and I have selected Maharashtra as a state. So I am retrieving all the countries where India will be auto selected, and I am retrieving all the states for the country India, and Maharashtra will be auto selected. Also, I am handling like changes of that particular field event, and I have also added the validation functions for all the fields. That email validation, like I have also added extra validation for it should be in particular format. And I am using that asynchronous handle submit. This is nothing but like whenever customer is clicking on that delivery method, that button, at that time I am creating this address object where I am combining all the fields information and sending this request to Magento to set that billing address. So here are three functions I have created for set billing address to cart, set shipping address on cart, and set guest email on cart. Okay, and based on that I am retrieving those details, and I am like redirecting on shipping methods page. Also, like selected country change function I have created. Whatever country and state are selected, those will be auto populated. So these all are like asynchronous functions I have created. System will not wait for those particular transactions and will auto populated once the data will retrieve. Okay, so this is like get billing address. So if cart already have billing address, and we can retrieve the same information and we can auto populate. This is nothing but that HTML form I have created. And now let's see those functions into the cart helper. So this is a set billing address on cart. Here I am retrieving that cart ID, and I am getting address as a parameter, and I am setting up this address details with this particular GraphQL mutation. Set billing address on cart, where I am passing the cart ID, billing address, I am setting up that address. Okay, and I am sending this request to Magento, and Magento is setting up this billing address and responding back as per the required fields. Okay, so here we can see like whatever details we are adding, we are able to set for that particular guest customer card. So for example, if I am adding 1 2 3 something, that then it will be updated. Okay, so in this request we are setting up that billing address and shipping address, and we are retrieving that available delivery methods. So in next video we will review how we are retrieving those and how we are populating based on that selected billing address and shipping address. Okay, so that's it. If you have any query, you can post in comment area and I will try to get back to you. Thank you so much.